Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joined today from Better Business Bureau here in the WI, Wisconsin. Tiffany Schultz, you're back. How you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for having me today.
Thank you for coming back and joining me. We're going to be talking about the SAT, yep, I didn't take it, test prep scam. It's coming up to that time of year, and certainly kids want to, as parents, but kids want to get prepped for this and want to be, maybe helps take some anxiety away, know what you're doing. That being said, of course, there's somebody out there that, and I always think you saying this, they listen to the news, they keep on what's going on, and there becomes a scam.
Scammers take advantage of opportunity, and SAT and ACT tests are such a big deal for high school kids. It really determines their future, how they score on that, and scammers know that. And scammers also know that parents are willing to help in any way that they can, so they have designed a scam around SAT test prep materials. So the scam works like this. The scammer reaches out unsolicited to the parent and says that they are confirming the address for some materials that their child had requested from school in order to prep for the SAT exam. And all they need to do is confirm an address and to get a credit card so that they can ship the materials. The credit card fee will be refunded when the materials are returned. But in scammer fashion, the materials never arrive and you've just provided your personal information and your credit card information to a scammer.
Well, it just sounds like it's so easy.
Very easy for the scammer, and as a parent, I know that I would want to help my kid in any way that I can.
So first off, number one thing I hear in this one is it's an unsolicited call. It's an unwanted call. That just never leads to anything good anymore.
It's an unsolicited call, but the scammer is saying they are verifying getting an address for something that your child had requested from school. So it is an unsolicited call. They're just putting a few other details in there that aren't true, but they may say that they're calling from the college board or an educational institution or maybe even the company that is proctoring the test. So they do make it sound official, but it's really not.
How do you verify that it's a legit company?
Check with your child first. Did your child order some test prep materials from school? That should be the first question you have. Get the name of the company that they're calling from and reach out to that company directly, because the scammer could be impostoring a real company's name. The college board is never going to reach out to you. So if they say that they're calling from the college board,
are you sure?
I'm pretty positive that's a scam.
Okay.
But if they do state a company name, pick up the phone or send an email to that company that you find online that is legitimate. Don't directly call the number back that has called you.
I barely answer the phone anymore at this point. I just can't. Like, it takes me off too much. It's never anybody at this point. And sorry for all my friends and family who've been calling and I never answer. But it just is really hard for me not to just take anything serious for phone calls that come through. And why would you at this point even interact with somebody who makes any claim of any sort when it's unwanted?
We don't want you to answer the phone. We don't want you to play with them, because they could definitely trick you into giving money or personal information for a scam. The longer you are on the phone with them, the more opportunity they have to scam you. They also know that they've reached a working phone number if you engage with them. So you're going to get even more phone calls.
That's the other reason. So it's just really hard because, it's not like you're like, well, don't answer the phone ever, but dang, like if you don't know who the number is at this point, I wouldn't take it. Don't give out financial information to strangers, period. Just period. Across the board. Let's never do that.
If you have not reached out on your own and somebody is calling you unsolicited, good rule of thumb, do your homework before you provide any information. If you are going to provide financial information, even for a legitimate purchase, you always want to use a credit card, not a debit card. That credit card is going to give you the best protections.
Yeah, and again, hang up. Like, you can always be like, hey, I don't know if you're legit or not, so I'll hang up and I'll call back. You know, like that's what I always do. I'm like, if I even have an ounce of like, okay, maybe this is, I'm like, sorry, but I don't believe who you are. Don't take it personal. Click, and then go and look up the number and call. Don't even call that number back. That's a one thing too. We don't always say that, but don't call the number that just spoofed you.
Don't call the number back.
You don't even know if it's legit.
Call the number on the legitimate website or paper statement or anything that you have for a legitimate phone number.
And as, again, I kind of led with this, but you say this to remind everybody about it. Scammers watch the news. Scammers watch what's going on. Things are timely for a purpose, and that's how they get you.
They certainly do. They follow the news, they follow trends, they follow milestones, they follow natural disasters. So scammers are a multi-billion-dollar business, and knowledge is power. We need to be smarter than scammers. Scammers aren't going away. They're going to take advantage of every opportunity they can. AI is going to help generate that, and we need to do our homework before we provide that personal and financial information to strangers.
So don't be the grumpy guy like this guy right here, this whole segment, but go to, you can stay up on these things. You can stay up on different types of scams that are going on. There's an easy way to do that. I think I know the answer. She does.
BBB.org. You can also look on BBB.org and see if we have information on the so-called company that's calling you, and call the number that we have on file, not the number that you find elsewhere. Don't just Google the phone number. You definitely could be connected with a scammer.
And report it too. You definitely take reports, and that can trickle to the authorities depending on how it goes, right?
BBB.org/scam tracker. Report it even if you haven't lost money. If you've just experienced a scam, Scam Tracker is out there to help warn others of the scams taking place in the marketplace.
Yeah, if we're going to stop this from happening, or at least get that word out as why we have Tiffany here each and every month, that's how you're going to have to do it. You got to report it.
Thanks for having me today.
Thank you.